How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another breezy Idaho day. So it's been a couple weeks since the last video I filmed, and over those 2 weeks we have pre-irrigated all of our corn ground. It's gonna be sweet corn this year, and this is our finished product. So we came in, bedded it up. I only got a tiny clip of that at the end of the last video. We bedded everything up because seed corn likes to have a nice bed to be planted in. And now this is dried up. This is my dad's pivots out here. There's this one here, and then there's this one back over here. This is split between wheat and seed corn. So today we're gonna start planting. So the first step is we have to come through and we're gonna run our bed knocker, and that kind of smooths these out a little bit, but then there's still kind of a mound, so it doesn't make it completely flat, but it'll be knocked down a little bit more than this. So I'm gonna go up now to our shop and help my dad finish getting that ready to go, and catch up with you guys when I get back down here. Just came out because I had to pull these tripods out. That's how we irrigate this little corner over here. There's still one out there, but that didn't have a flag to mark where it goes. So I just left the tripod out there because we don't want to go along and accidentally hit one of these. This has a really big disc on it. They're not all this big, but there's just a pipe and the hose is all coiled up in there. Then there's a bunch of pipes running down under the ground through here. So just had to get a couple more of those out. And now this field is ready. All right. Just got down here a little bit ago and I'm bed knocking. So this is an implement that we built a while back, and all we're doing is just kind of smoothing out the beds we made. They're still there, but we're just kind of smoothing out a little bit, making a nice seed bed, and then this way the seeds can be planted straight into all that moisture. So all right, so I had to go do some other stuff for like an hour and a half. While I was gone, my grandpa ran this, and he's done a lot, good chunk of the field. So Dad's over there, he's got the planter rolling. Moving along pretty quick. All right, so I finished the field here, other than this one pass. The pivot's moving out of the way now, and I'll go up, turn around, and make this last pass down and out. And then I'm gonna head south and start in on a field of my uncle's. So Dad's catching up. Starting to anyway. So thankfully this is only a 3-tower pivot. Whoa, well, what that was. So since it's a smaller pivot, it's gonna move a lot quicker than if it was, say, a 6 or a 7 tower. So I just have to be able to get one bed over from where it's not done. I have to overlap a little bit, but it'll move pretty quick. So Dad's over there. He was hoping to get over to this point so he could just plant and then move the pivot once, but I think he'll still be a little bit. So he's just moving it now. All right, I've moved down south, done a couple passes here on my uncle's field. And now we're rolling. Got everything set up. I forget how many acres this is. Probably around 30-ish here. It's a 7-tower pivot, but half of it's wheat. So it's a pretty good amount. We're getting a storm working in from the back, it looks like. We've seen some lightning. And I've got some sprinkles on the window, but they've been there a little while. Sprinkled a little bit, then it quit. So I'm just gonna hope that that stays over there and doesn't come over here. I kind of just want to keep recording because the lightning that's happening over there kind of looks cool. But this is what gets kind of annoying about Idaho, or at least western Idaho. You get these random storms. This was not forecasted at all. I guess depends on who you use, but the weather app I have said nothing about this whole storm over here as of like this morning or yesterday. So they just kind of sneak up on us, and then you just deal with it, I guess. So I'll go as long as I can. Well, right there, it's probably the rain that's gonna hit us. You can see the sky's already clearing up on the other side, which is what's kind of annoying. But that's how the weather around here is. It'll rain for like 10 minutes, put a ton of rain on the ground, enough to shut you down, and then the sun just comes out. But at this point, if we get enough rain to shut us down, it probably won't dry out until tomorrow, which is kind of disappointing. My uncle does have the option down here, I guess. He could irrigate out of this ditch. You have to irrigate the corner over here because the pivot doesn't hit it. I guess he'd rather irrigate with the pivot than do the whole thing with the siphon tubes, which is probably a much nicer way of doing it. Pivots can't leak and run water out into the field while you're trying to do work. You can see right there the mud kind of sticking to the roller. That's what happens if it gets too wet. It just starts sticking to those rollers in the back, and then you have to quit. But there is rain on the windshield now, so I guess we'll see how much we get. Alright, so the rain is on me now, but so far it's not really sticking too bad to the rollers in the back. That window's really wet. I don't know if that would help. Nope. We need new wipers on pretty much all the tractors. That just made it really bad. Okay, well, there's not much sticking to the rollers in the back at the moment, which is nice. I think it helps. We got some rain last night, so the ground is wet already, and it really only sticks when you get wet and dry mixed together, or like super wet. So this combination I have now, I mean, it's not even really sticking to the tires that bad. So I guess might be able to just keep going, work through it. All right, I just got done here, wrapped up in this little corner, and now I believe I head north. Gotta call and figure out where exactly I go. Might be done for the day, but I'll have to see. Thankfully, even though it did rain, and it is moist, it really didn't start sticking to anything. I mean, it's not even really sticking to the tires, so that's at least nice. I was able to finish. So, my uncle was working at chisel plowing this pivot here. There's a tractor down over there, but he had to go irrigate, so he quit. So anyways, gotta go out, put a couple bolts, one over there and one over there, to keep these side baskets from, when they're folded up, flying up, or I guess it'd be in and hitting stuff. So I just have to go put the bolts in, and then push them down there. And then there's a pipe in the back, the leveling pipe. There's the 3 sections, and you stick the outside ones over the inside ones, or inside one, and then it's just one straight piece. But I know from experience that if you try to fold them while they're still hooked, it just bends, and then you have to do a lot of work to get it off and then get a new pipe. So I don't recommend doing that. So I'm gonna go and pull all that apart. All right, got all that unhooked, got those bolts in, those pins. Then just fold up. Put the pins in, because those pins right there and over there, because if we don't, then these whole baskets can come backwards, and I think they probably hit each other and not come flying into the tractor. But either way, wouldn't be good on stuff, so put those in. Now we're all ready to go, so I'm gonna head back north. Alrighty guys, talked to my dad, and we're gonna be shutting down for the night. Probably starting it on a new field either tomorrow or next day, I guess. So that being said, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.